Hey, I hope you're having an awesome day. So, crystals, crystal magic, all that good stuff. At first, when I was introduced to crystals, I was like, really? Crystals? Rocks? What's all that? And then I very quickly found out I just didn't understand. And that's okay, you know, like if you still feel that way, that's fine. You have your own path and I have mine, and that's great. The thing is with crystals though, without them, many things in our society, including our bodies, would not be functioning very well. So, you know, maybe think about it a little bit more. Not from a judgment standpoint, just from a, you know, maybe giving them a little more credit than I certainly know that I was, you know. And so, anyway, you know, crystals are just these beautiful little light beings that are here to assist us and us them. And if you think about it, you know, if you're here, it's very likely that you know that we reincarnate and things like that. And with that being said, we've been crystals before, and it can be so powerful to tap into that knowing and really understanding that we are all one, and that includes more than just humans. Okay, that includes everything. And so with that being said, crystals are beautiful light beings, love and light beings that are here to assist us and us them. What I mean by that is we can collaborate, we can work with crystals to where, you know, they help us heal, they can hold certain frequencies that we can utilize for our own growth, transformation, healing, etc. And then crystals themselves also benefit from that. So don't think that it's just a receiving and them giving piece. It's also, they benefit from working with us as well. And so treat them with that respect, you know. I am of the knowing that everything deserves respect, and yes, there are avenues in which that needs to be earned and whatnot, but crystals, they're not in that kind of category. We can just respect them because they're freaking amazing. And so there's lots of ways to work with crystals. One of the many ways that I love utilizing them is to assist us in understanding what is preventing us from being in our authentic alignment. And that includes chakra alignment, different meridians within the body, you know, lots of different aspects in that way. And I had a service called Crystalline Chakra Healing that is in development. Well, I should say it this way. I had this service, like the service exists, and I've been guided that the next level is something that I am to be working on, and it's coming in slowly, but it's coming through, and it's really fascinating just seeing the intricacies of the potent magic that crystals can assist us with within our bodies and our spiritual bodies, multidimensionally, all of that. And so know too that just because a crystal is said to do this thing doesn't mean that that's how it's going to work with you. One of the things that I love doing is, it's another service. I don't know, I don't think I ever actually had a name for it, but it was a upgrade that I did kind of behind the scenes with people who participated in the crystalline chakra healing, where I would tap into their spirit guides, their authentic love and light beings, the crystals, and any other aspects within that client that wanted to speak about whatever it was that we were working through, and connect which crystals are coming through to support them. And there's usually a handful, between 10 to 20. I like to stay between 10 to 15 because the recording for this information is already like 90 minutes to 2 hours. And so there's just a lot of really potent information that comes through. And so what's really cool is we can work with them in a myriad of ways. Meditating. Speaking of that, I just got a text from my crystal warehouse. Anyway, if you saw my post day or two ago or something, you'll know that I have been upgrading my crystal inventory. So, but anyway, which I'm so excited about. I've been working on this for a very long time, and so it's finally starting to come to fruition. But anyway, there's lots and lots of ways to work with crystals. There's meditation, there's of course different jewelries that you can utilize them with, pairing them, different crystal grids, wearing them on your person, like your pockets, or some people who wear bras like to put them in bras. I am not one of those people. I don't like to put them in my bra. I don't like bras in general, but especially putting a rock in there, it just does not feel yummy to me. I'm sure it's great for those that love it though. Pockets are good for me. I also enjoy the jewelry. So I usually wear it more, but I've been playing in the rocks all day, so I don't have anything on. But anyway, one of the services that I included was an upgrade offer with that crystalline chakra healing. Hello, honey. My dog's right here. Where I would tap in and I would tell them, again, those crystals that were coming forward. But it's not just the crystals. It's not just the basic information that you're going to get online. I would tap into the client's Akashic records and really see how the crystals were coming through to support them. And not only that, but there's one thing to have the basic information about the crystal that's in front of you, but there's more when it comes to different groupings of the crystals together. Like, let's say citrine came forward for them, and let's see, rutilated quartz, you know? It's like, okay, these are great, but the rutilated quartz can in particularly have a special connection with the citrine to really bring an extra powerful experience through. And because of this combination, more like different things can happen than just working with the individual crystal. So I hope that makes sense. But there's different combinations within the 10 to 15 or 20 crystals, and it really became a really beautiful, potent pairing. For example, I had one client who had pre-night come through to assist her with decluttering, and so it was important for her to wear it on her right wrist to assist with the action, the movement, the actual process of decluttering, of letting go. And then on top of that, she had a sodalite necklace come through to support her, to help activate her throat chakra, to also declutter her internal systems. And so when she was wearing the sodalite, it was important for her to actually wear the pre-night on her left arm because it was bringing in that decluttering energy, and then the sodalite was helping to navigate that out of her body. And so there's just some really interesting and potent concoctions, so to speak, where you can combine different crystals. And just because that I said that about that one client does not mean that that's how it would work for you. So that's extra cool too, because there's different energy signatures, energy blueprints within the crystals, within you, and how they work together. And so just because a crystal is great for one person doesn't mean that it's great for you. And it really just depends. And I wouldn't say that there's ever like a crystal that someone should like be no with, but that can happen. And a lot of the time it can be because there's stuff to work through and you don't necessarily want to work through those things. Like for myself, I didn't really have resistance. For whatever reason, I wasn't a big fan of tiger's eye. And it's funny because I had a client that said that, and I was like, really? That's interesting. And because she said that, I realized that I also felt that way and I didn't notice it. So it was really just fascinating. Anyway, it was just because it was going to help me work through some stuff that was hard to work through. And so, you know, again, there's just so many different avenues that we can utilize crystals for in assisting us in a myriad of ways, and they're also beautiful and just these sweet little beings that are here to help. And so with that being said, do you enjoy crystalline magic? What's your favorite crystals, or what are ones that you aren't feeling very aligned with right now? Just really interesting questions to tap into and discoveries to be had. Have a great day.